This morning, chaos exploded at ABC News as they suspended Whoopi Goldberg for 2 full weeks. The network didn't beat around the bush. ABC News President Kim Godwin stepped in personally, announcing, "Effective immediately, I am suspending Whoopi Goldberg for 2 weeks due to her wrong and hurtful comments." Whoopi had already issued an apology, but Godwin wasn't having it. She made it clear this wasn't just about damage control, it was about accountability. "I've asked her to take this time to reflect and truly learn about the impact of her words," she said.
This is not good karma, you know? That's what I was thinking at the time. I was two tables away from Trump, and I'm looking, I'm like, man, this is too much, you know?
Words matter, and mine are no exception. I regret my comments, as I said, and I stand corrected.
But behind the scenes, insiders say this was way bigger than just a slap on the wrist. Word on the street is that Whoopi didn't just get suspended. She's been fired from The View. And guess who's being whispered as the trigger? None other than Elon Musk. That's right. People believe Musk's jaw-dropping $80 million courtroom win might have had everything to do with her sudden disappearance from daytime TV. So what exactly did Whoopi say that made Elon lawyer up? Buckle up, because this wasn't your average on-air rant. During a fiery segment, Whoopi and her co-hosts accused Elon Musk and Ohio Senator J.D. Vance of plotting behind the scenes to silence Donald Trump.
Is in charge, because I've been saying it for a while.
Yes, you have.
I've been saying that I think Elon Musk believes he's president. I do.
Well, you've been calling him vice president.
I've called him vice president. I called him president, because I don't know what JD is doing. Hey, you know who? Stay away from the stairways. Because, you know, people put the leg out to trip you going down the stairs.
Yes, they flat out claimed the two were secretly scheming to suppress Trump's voice. That's a wild accusation to throw on live TV. But Musk, he wasn't going to let that slide. He hit back hard, calling it reckless, defamatory, and straight-up dangerous. According to Musk, this wasn't just gossip. It was a targeted attack meant to destroy his name and paint him as a villain against democracy. His lawsuit didn't hold back. It said Whoopi's claims were falsehoods crafted to mislead the public and framed him as a political manipulator. And now, with a courtroom win under his belt and Whoopi off the air, it's clear this wasn't just talk show drama. It was a war of words with real consequences. Elon Musk wasn't about to let anyone twist his image. And he definitely wasn't staying quiet while a national talk show tried to smear his name. He vehemently denied the portrayal pushed by Whoopi and her crew. And with his enormous reach and legal firepower, he made it crystal clear. He's not the one to mess with, even if it means going head-to-head with daytime TV royalty.
Somebody's gonna try to blackmail me with advertising? Blackmail me with money? Go f yourself.
Offer me money. Offer me power. I don't care.
First, Whoopi tried to downplay the whole mess. She claimed her words were taken out of context and even tossed out a bizarre excuse, something about her cat tripping her at home. That's right. Instead of addressing the accusations, she turned it into a joke about her pet. But instead of cooling things down, that strange little deflection only made things worse. Viewers weren't buying it. People online dragged her for avoiding accountability, saying she was dodging the real issue with weak humor. Meanwhile, Musk's legal team pounced. They framed her excuse as a smoking gun, a desperate move that proved The View had no leg to stand on. The network offered no serious rebuttal to the lawsuit's claims, and the silence spoke volumes. The backlash was growing louder by the hour. Then came the real twist. Just when Whoopi thought the scandal would blow over, things escalated fast. Word broke that federal authorities had quietly stepped in. According to sources, law enforcement agencies launched a formal investigation to determine whether Whoopi's on-air claims crossed the line, not just into defamation, but into possible legal or security violations. What started as celebrity gossip turned into a full-blown legal crisis, with national eyes watching every move.
You know, when you're a certain age, you use words that you know from when you were a kid or you remember saying, and that's what I did today, and I shouldn't have. I should have thought about it a little longer before I said it, but I didn't. And I should have said cheated, and I used another word, and I'm really, really sorry.
Once the police got involved, the message was loud and clear. This wasn't just some messy defamation drama. Whoopi's comments had raised real concerns, and things were spiraling fast. Elon Musk's legal team jumped at the opportunity, framing the investigation as ironclad proof that The View hadn't just crossed the line, they'd bulldozed right through it. To them, this wasn't reckless chatter anymore. It was damaging with potential legal weight. With the heat turning up from every angle, Whoopi's spot on The View suddenly looked shaky. Then came the bombshell. Official reports confirmed she was out. While ABC kept things vague, only announcing she was suspended, Insider whispers say it wasn't just a break. It was a calculated exit. Whoopi Goldberg is suspended from The View, ABC News said in a tight-lipped statement last night.
I don't think Whoopi Goldberg is very smart. Sorry, we've criticized her in different contexts before, and she just, maybe smart is not the right word. She is not knowledgeable about the things that she argues about.
Behind that polished press release, a storm was still raging. People close to the situation revealed that Whoopi was crumbling under the pressure. Sources say she felt totally overwhelmed, drowning in a non-stop wave of criticism, memes, headlines, and hot takes from every corner of the internet. And really, who wouldn't? Imagine being under a microscope 24/7, where every word you say gets twisted and reposted a million times. Being in the spotlight ain't new for Whoopi, but this time, the fallout over her Elon Musk comments hit a whole different level. Some insiders are convinced this wasn't about punishment. It was damage control, a clean PR move by ABC to shield the brand before advertisers or audiences bailed. Whether Whoopi jumped or was pushed, one thing's for sure. This wasn't just suspension, it was survival mode.
News announced last night that Goldberg is suspended from The View for 2 weeks.
I am suspending Whoopi Goldberg for 2 weeks for her wrong and hurtful comments. While Whoopi has apologized, I've asked her to take time to reflect and learn about the impact of her comments.
At the end of the day, The View has a brand to protect. And with Elon Musk's lawsuit hanging over their heads like a guillotine, cutting ties with Whoopi might have felt like their only way out. But let's be real, was this mess really just about Whoopi? Or is The View facing a much bigger identity crisis? This show built its name on fiery debates and controversial opinions, but it's danced on the edge for years. Critics have long warned that The View blurs the line between entertainment and journalism, crossing it so often that it's hard to tell where the truth ends and the drama begins. And now this Whoopi versus Musk just threw gasoline on that fire. Suddenly, the internet lit up with people calling out the show's history of reckless hot takes. Old clips resurfaced, threads went viral, comment sections turned into war zones. People weren't just mad, they were fed up. One tweet put it straight. It is documented that Whoopi Goldberg has lied about Elon Musk numerous times on The View, so Elon is fully justified in filing a lawsuit. Whoopi and the other hosts show very low moral character and often spread lies about people. Another post went way harder, saying, "The damage Whoopi Goldberg and her legion of demons inflict must end. They are vile, angry, hateful people. Why are they still on air?" That kind of rage doesn't come from nowhere. For a lot of folks, this controversy wasn't some fluke. It felt like part of a pattern where stirring up outrage gets more airtime than speaking facts. The backlash didn't stop at Whoopi. Viewers began calling for the whole show to be shut down. The tone online shifted fast, from disappointment to full-blown outrage. And suddenly the question wasn't, will Whoopi come back? It was, should The View even exist anymore?
And let's be truthful about it, because the Holocaust isn't about race. It's about man's inhumanity to man.
The tragedy was the injustice, in my opinion.
Which part? Which injustice?
The criminal trial. The fact that he was not found guilty.
Oh.
Yeah.
But
he was found liable later,
yes.
civilly.
Like Trump is found liable.
Yes, he was
the same thing.
Well, everything goes back to Trump.
I appreciate that people are having a hard time. Me too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I work for a living. If I had all the money in the world, I would not be here.
Storm had hit, and people were demanding consequences. Viewers weren't holding back anymore. Fans blasted The View for becoming what they called a breeding ground for misinformation, saying it was finally time to shut it all down for good. What used to be a daytime staple had, in their eyes, turned into a soapbox for unchecked opinions and reckless talk. Meanwhile, Elon Musk wasn't just celebrating. He was making a statement. The tech billionaire officially won his jaw-dropping $80 million lawsuit, and with that, sent a message echoing through every newsroom and studio. Public figures can't just say whatever they want without consequences. The court didn't just side with Musk, it made it clear. Whoopi Goldberg did spread false claims about him and Ohio Senator J.D. Vance. And this wasn't about misinterpretation or satire. The ruling said her words were genuinely harmful, not just careless banter. For Musk and his supporters, this wasn't just a legal win, it was a victory for truth. For years, critics argued that Whoopi and her team had been given a free pass, casually throwing accusations without ever being held accountable. But not anymore. This courtroom smackdown just rewrote the rules. It proved that not even the biggest names on TV can duck responsibility when they cross the line.
I think it's a little weird that her network suspended her for sharing her view on The View. I mean, if she's remorseful, why send her away? Isn't it better to keep her and then use this as a teaching moment?
I have a question. Do stupid people get to a point in life where they realize that they're, stupid? Because this is what panic sounds like in legacy media.
This one really mattered. And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
Now media outlets are officially on notice. That old shield of, it's just a talk show? It's not going to cut it anymore. If you go live and spread lies, you better be ready to answer for them, because there are no more safe zones. With Whoopi gone from The View and Musk riding high on his legal win, the media world is rattled, and nobody's position feels safe anymore. This whole controversy didn't just shake up one celebrity. It exposed way deeper cracks in how media and public figures clash in today's world. Musk versus Whoopi wasn't just some personal beef. It became a full-blown lesson in how dangerous words can be when blasted out to millions of people. Fans are split down the middle. Some are cheering for Whoopi's removal, saying it was long overdue. One user put it bluntly,
"There will be no escape."
That is so insane.
This is the final. This is it. This is the last chance.
Whoopi Goldberg can be quite unpleasant. She was even suspended before for downplaying serious topics and always seems to throw shade at people like Meghan Markle. Another viewer added, "She's a public figure with a huge platform. Her words carry real weight. And let's be honest, Whoopi has a habit of saying wild things out loud with zero filter." It's true, whether you love her or can't stand her, no one's denying this. When you speak from a platform that big, there's a responsibility that comes with it. This case didn't just slap a celebrity on the wrist. It set a precedent. If you go public with bold claims, you better have the receipts. Or be ready for consequences. This battle, it's not the end. It's just a preview of what's coming. The tension between media power and public accountability is heating up, and we're all watching it unfold in real time. Now we want to hear from you. Was Whoopi's removal the right call? Did Elon Musk just set a new standard for how far free speech can really go on TV? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button. Share it with someone who needs to see it. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next bombshell.